How's it going, guys? And welcome back for a new cannon video. I'm sorry I haven't really been releasing these cannon videos. I've been really busy on OKMC, so I just released like a week ago and stuff like that. Anyways, that's not what we're gonna here to talk about. Today we're gonna talk about our AD for Pseudo Nuke. And first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for all the feedback on the 60 for Pseudo Nuke. I love TPing to you guys and seeing you guys using it and stuff like that. But I would also like to see if you guys have any mistakes with it, or if there's anything else you would prefer that the cannon could do or have that will make your job easier. But I really appreciate you guys using this cannon or this cannon down here. Really love to see that you guys are taking the feedback too. So first of all, this right here is for Pseudo Nuke. So if you haven't seen my 60 stacker, this right here is pretty much a cannon that will make random holes all the way down. And I'm gonna quickly show you guys on these 5 walls right here, and you'll be able to have a quick little look at it, how it looks like. So this right here is pretty much what it looks like. This one right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This right here, I guess we can call it 6. So 6 holes from Y80 and down. So we're pretty much using all the space we have right here. You can see there's 2 blocks in between each of these right here. Just to make sure they don't connect, I left 2 blocks. So this right here is pretty much how it looks like. And this cannon here will do the same amount of holes all the way in. So if you take a look after this right here, you should see how this goes. You'll see that the holes appears in the same spot. If you could make it randomly go into different places right here, we have to change around with it, but we really don't need that. This right here is a pain in itself to patch, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Now we are going to get more holes the further we go up in cannons, but right now we have a limitation that is called the Y level, as you can see right here. So we only have, pretty sure, 48, 84, whatever, 83 blocks down, so of course we won't be able to fit as many holes. This here is pretty much what it looks like. On top of that, it's not only a Pseudo Nuke. On top of that, we have this right here, which is called Efficiency Fusion. Now, if you haven't been part of me releasing those, I can quickly go ahead and explain you what that is. Efficiency Fusion is pretty much a more efficient way to shoot your cannon when it's fusion. As you normally know, you would probably see a guider or whatever. This right here is fusion, so of course it doesn't have a guider. You might be familiar with the 2 poles fusioning, so each of these poles, or maybe double poles to fusion. This here does pretty much the same thing, but the only difference is that everything is as close to the power. So this right here is the power, then you see the sand is coming in right here, standing right here, or getting right here. Same goes the hammer, the scatter right here, the same with the slap burst right here. So everything is 1 block away, therefore making it way more efficient than if you're going to have a different way. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a little bit. As you can see, the sand compression right there do have a 6 again, so we haven't changed it. And a bigger sand compression in your cannon doesn't mean it's going to be better. Actually, it's the quite opposite. With the Pseudo Nuke, it's the size of this the sand compression that matters a little bit. So if you only have 6 blocks right here, then you're gonna have way more ticks going in right here and make way more holes. Essentials, that's pretty much how it is. Like if you look at the order of entities, you would need this right here to take off while the sand is falling. So whatever falls first also stacks first. So if we were to quickly actually set this red sand, I'm pretty sure I can do that. Oh, maybe not. If I can set this quickly to red sand, you will see that this right here is pretty much the first getting stacked. And as you know, this over here, right here, is what's getting out last, because that's what one pushes it. So if you can set that something else, we're gonna go ahead and set that gravel. So as you will probably quickly see whenever I shoot this cannon, is that you will see that the red sand, what's getting activated first, is going to be stacked first. So let's go ahead and shoot this bad boy right here, and I will show you exactly what I mean. This right here is also the last wall, which is pretty cool. So as you can see right here, the red sand stacked first, and of course we won't really be able to see other things than that, but just trust me that the gravel would be at the top. So why that is because Order of Entities says that whatever you activate first, it doesn't matter if it's TNT or sand, that is also what fire or like moves first or blows up first or whatever you might think. So us having this right here essentially means that we can, if we calculate it right, if we do it right, we can get TNT into the sand stacks at random locations. So what we need is that we need this one here to pulse off a few times, and that's why I use this right here to keep pulsing TNT out of the dispensers while this is falling, therefore creating these nice little holes right here. So that's pretty much how you Pseudo Nuke It's not that complicated, but if you are kind of new to Order of Entities or new to cannons in general, we are going to get more into this whenever the end of collection. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you can exactly make this. Now this right here was the Pseudo Nuke. Normally I would say that you should Pseudo Nuke all the way down and all the time, but if you are in a situation where you wanted to disable your Pseudo Nuke for some reason, you have plenty of possibilities. The entire concept of this cannon here and how it's built, how we have to what's it called, Pseudo Nuke separate from the sand, so we don't have the Pseudo Nuke in the sand right here, is that you can easily deactivate it. You can deactivate it by quickly just removing this redstone right here, and it should be deactivated. Keep in mind that we don't have the scatter enabled, since the Pseudo Nuke is pretty much doing the entire thing. So when you disable the Pseudo Nuke, you won't have a scatter, so and say. So what you need to do is you need to activate our scatter over here that is already pre-made. So this scatter right here will make sure that you will be able to get a hole in the wall as well. So this right here will pretty much just fire normally. It wouldn't really do anything special besides having a normal shot like whatever. So this right here is pretty much a normal cannon now without the Pseudo. So this right here is something you can also add to whatever cannon you might have, which is also kind of an advantage in some points. So this right here can be separated. Also, if there comes a point where you are making obsidian and you don't have enough scatter right here to actually do a difference, then of course there is help to get there as well, because I did have an obsidian breaker right here. This right here is the obsidian breaker. This activates all this TNT and this line right here at once, so whatever obsidian that might be in the way is pretty much ripped whenever you activate this one. Just make sure that when you activate this third scatter right here, so this right here is the first, this right here is the second, so this right here is the third. So whenever you activate the third scatter, just make sure that none of the others is on. So make sure that the Pseudo is not on, and make sure that this right here is not on, because if it's on, it might give some problems. But this way right here will pretty much make sure that you're gonna get through up in one shot. Now it doesn't really make the biggest hole, as you can see right here, but trust me, it's going to get through up in no matter what. Of course, go ahead and disable that again. You don't have to destroy it like that, but I just did. And then of course, if you want to have your Pseudo Nuke on, all you need to do is activate it. Go ahead and check to make sure that all this is deactivated, and then you can go ahead and you can shoot again like that, and then you're gonna get your Pseudo back. As you can see, it's probably gonna make holes here in the first one as well, and that's because it's inside this. So we could potentially make it work every second shot. Very simple how to make it work every shot if you use a sticky piston right here, and you can use there we go, there, and then you can give this pulse out, so whenever it's here, that's gonna activate, and when it goes in again, it doesn't gonna activate. So you can easily make a quick clock or switcher if you so and say. If you wanted that, let me know down in the comments if you want to have a switcher for it. It's not really necessary since you're barely using any TNT, but it is a possibility. So if you do want the Pseudo Nuke switched off or something like that for the next wall, there is a possibility to make a switcher. But other than that, guys, I think this is pretty much the 80 stacker. Again, if you have any issues with this cannon, and hopefully you have, I'm not saying this because I hope there's going to be mistakes. I just hope that you guys will be able to find some mistakes on it and let me fix them, so we can get a smooth cannon right here all the way up to 255. So far, there haven't been any problems, but hopefully you guys are going to find some so I can fix it, because I do feel like, especially like older cannons, when I get like a few months after, then people are going to say, hey, this doesn't really stack, and then I don't really know what and where. So if you have any problem whatsoever, don't hesitate messaging me. Hopefully there's no problems with this cannon whatsoever. I made sure I checked it on 22 chunks as well as this cannon right here, 22 chunks, so it should be working. But if there's any problem, don't hesitate to message me or comment down below. But again, that will be pretty much it. Remember to like this video here, guys, and remember to support my channel by subscribing to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.